Hey guys, Bryan here from Liquid Concepts. So today we're going to do something a little bit different. We are still doing a carbon fiber, but we're going to be doing it on a little bit different application. And so today we're going to be doing it on a helmet. And so what we've got here is we've got a very nice sports helmet. The customer sent it in. They want it to look like some of the other sports helmets that have been done already by other companies and things like that. And so we're trying to mimic one of those. So there's a lot that's going to be going on this helmet. This is just the first part of it, but thought we'd shoot a quick little video, show you guys how to dip a helmet and make it look just like a professional team would have or anything like that. So first thing you can clearly see is we've got everything stripped off completely all the way around this entire helmet. So everything is completely stripped, ready to go. We've already prepped it out, we've already painted it, and as you can see, we already have our fade. So we've got a nice fade going all the way around here, all the way around to the other side. So we've got red on top, black on bottom, and so now we're ready to dip it. So first thing is the pattern. So the pattern that we're actually using is going to be a silver and clear. And so I'll roll this out for you guys to let you take a look at it. So this is actually a clear film, so you can clearly see what's underneath the pattern. So this will look really nice with over the red as well as over the black, and you'll have a very nice fade all the way around. So a lot of people will dip this in 2 dips. Some people will dip it in 1. I prefer the 2 dip just because you have a very clean looking carbon around this side and a very clean looking carbon around this side. And so what I've got here is I've already got some paper with some tape on it. And so mainly we're just going to tape up this helmet, and we're just going to tape up half of it. So we're going to take this, put it on the halfway line, and then drop it down into here, and then continue it on down all the way around until we get to the back side over here. So we'll set this down like that. All right, so now that we've got that, we can tuck the rest of it into here. We'll take this, we'll tuck the rest of that into there, and then we'll take the rest of this and tuck that into here. So then now I have all of this paper all the way up into here. It's got tape all back into the inside of it just to make sure that it doesn't pull back out or anything like that. And so now we have all of this area right here that we can dip. So let's go ahead, let's lay out our film and get ready for the first half of this. So the film that we're actually using is the CF51. It's a silver and clear diagonal weave pattern. You can find it in a link in the description below. Also, you can check it out on our website, liquidconcepts.com. So let's take this right here and move that out to there and back around to that. And so we will need a film, and a lot of the times you probably could trim a little bit off the top, a little bit off the edges, but with a 50 centimeter film like this, it's just easier just to go ahead and just cut one side and then just use the whole thing, because when are you ever going to use a little small strip of it? Most of the time, hardly ever. If you want to keep it perfectly fine, you can do some touch-ups with it, but most of the time it's easier just to use the whole entire thing. So let's double check this, make sure which side goes down on the water. So we get our fingers wet and we will check it here, hold it for just a couple of seconds and then let go. So now we'll see that this side goes down on the water, so technically this entire film is upside down. So we'll flip it around, get it in the water and get going with it. So take that, flip that like that, and then now let's lay this down on the water. So I normally like to go corner to corner, just like this right here. It normally lays out the best, and so There we go. So now that we've got this laying in the water here, so our water temperature is sitting at about 85 degrees, and normally we want to be anywhere between 80 to 90 is perfectly fine, and then we want to have about a 60-second soak time at 80 to 90 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and let this soak a little bit longer. We got about 30 seconds left. I'm going to grab some gloves on, spray with the activator, and then get started, so stay tuned. All right, so 60 seconds is up. Let's spray it with the Liquid Concept Activator. Alright, so mainly I'm looking to make sure that I have glass all the way across the film. Everything looks very good. So now we're just going to start right here and then just slowly roll it all the way in. So now that I've got it more than halfway, I can pull that back out. And there is our first part of the carbon fiber helmet. So everything looks really good. We've got a nice smooth wave going all the way, not wave, I'm sorry. We've got a nice smooth line going all the way down here, all the way coming back up to here. We've still got our fade, and we've still got all of our carbon coming around into here. So we're going to rinse this, we're going to dry it off, we're going to tape up this other side just like we did on this side, and do it all over again, so stay tuned. Okay, so now that we've got everything already dipped, everything's rinsed, dried off, and now we're ready to go again. So a couple of things before we get started. So we've got our helmet right here, and so you'll notice that it's got a little bit more glossier sheen to it right in through this area right up through here. So what we've done is just to kind of do it for a little bit of preventative, just to make sure that everything sticks really well and that the tape doesn't pull the actual dip off of the print. We want to make sure that we lay down a binder, and so what we shot is we shot our LC900 inner coat clear. You can see a link in the description below, and we'll have that for you for the inner coat clear. So what that is it's a clear base paint. Has no pigment, no color, no anything like that. But pretty much it just lays over this entire part. Now we could have painted this entire thing again and it still would have stuck. But we went ahead and we just did mainly this one stripe, and you'll also see that I've got the yellow tape right here with the paper that's attached to it, and then I also have the blue tape. So the blue tape, what I've done is it normally lets go a lot easier whenever it gets wet. And so we use that to initially create our line all the way down the actual helmet itself. And so once we do that, then we can come back in with a little bit more stickier adhesive tape like this yellow tape right here, and actually lay it over top of the blue. So more or less, this right here, this yellow, is just sticking to the blue, and then the blue is actually sticking to the inner coat that's just shot on top of the helmet. So also too, you can quickly see whenever you zoom in, I've got a nice smooth line all the way across here, and so you can see that we actually do have a little bit of overlap. And so what that's going to do is that's going to allow the first dip that's right here to lay like this, and then the second dip that we lay over the top of it will actually lay over the top of it and help blend together. So you normally want to have about a 1/16 to an 1/8 of an inch overlap whenever you are doing a double dip like this, because you definitely want to make sure that those two patterns overlap each other, because you don't want to have it to where it's just like right on the line, or possibly you miss it a little bit and then you have a spot where the dip didn't even get at all. And so you definitely want to make sure that you leave that 1/16 to an 1/8 of an inch overlap. So now that we've got all that squared away, now let's go ahead, we'll lay out the film and let's get started. So here we go. All right, so now that we've got that, let's get this on the water. All right, so again, we've got our film laying in. 80 to 90 degrees. The tank right now is sitting at 85, and we're gonna let it sit for 60 seconds on the water before we shoot it with the Liquid Concepts Activator. Alright, so we'll check and make sure everything looks good with the activator on the film, which it does, and then we'll check and make sure everything looks good here, which it does, so let's get started. All right, so now that we've got that, we'll pull this out here, and then we'll just stick it right back down in here. And so what we're doing is we're just kind of leaving it in the water, just mainly just to kind of soften a lot of the paper, number one, but also number two, to help soften any of the actual, the adhesive that's on the blue tape as well. So, because none of this was actually stuck, we can just pull this right off. Just like that. So we'll set that off to the side. And then now we can grab our blue tape right here. And then while it's in the water like this, we can easily just peel that off just like this right here. Now again, whenever I'm laying this film, I'm not laying it very heavy at all. So whenever I'm putting this film or this tape down onto this, I'm not pushing really hard or anything like that. I'm just making sure that I've got a smooth surface all the way around, and I've got a nice straight line with that little bit of overlap. That's all I want. I don't want to sit here and really push it down hard. A lot of the times you can even lay the tape down on the actual counter, or even just putting it across like a shirt or something like that, just to kind of help lose a little bit of that tack. That'll also help as well. So coming back and looking at that, we've got a very beautiful line all the way up through there, all the way around into there. Even though we did have that little bit of overlap, you can pretty much not even notice it. And of course the dip came out really good all the way around, and then even all the way around into here. So I think the customer is definitely going to like it. We got a couple of other things that we're going to do to it, but all in all, dipping the helmets and everything, that's going to be the second dip. We're going to do all the rest of the stuff, and then I think you guys are really going to like the end result, so stay tuned. All right, so now that we've got everything all clear coated, everything's put back together, the helmet came out amazing. We're super happy with it. Customer's going to love it, and I think you guys are definitely going to like it as well. So pretty much we've got everything all put back together. We've got our beautiful fade that we've got coming down here, high gloss finish just like normal, and then we've got the center parts that we've done. We just painted these black, and then of course we have our fade coming all the way around into here, and then of course the carbon fiber up here. It worked out really well on this helmet in particular because we did have this front piece right here that helped hide this line right here, as well as whenever we are putting everything in on these two areas right here, it helped hide this line coming all the way down like that. But we've also got the logo in the back right here, help kind of just tie everything together, and I think the helmet came out really good. Pretty much from here we can slap on some stickers if we want of whatever team or anything like that that you want, and pretty much you're ready to go. Of course, some customers, some people, they will paint the face mask. That is an option as well. You can do that. In this case, we went ahead and just left it white, but as you can tell, the dip came out amazing, the helmet came out amazing, and we're really happy with the end results. So hopefully this video has really helped you guys out on dipping a helmet and making it look just like you want, whether it be fully faded out with like a red to a black and then a dip, or just even a regular color and then a dip over the top of it. but hopefully this has really gained you a lot of knowledge in how to approach a helmet whenever you're doing something like that. If you've liked the video, definitely give us a big thumbs up. We'd always love to have that. And also, if you haven't already, definitely hit the subscribe button. We'd love to have you subscribe to our weekly tips and tricks. I'm Bryan from Liquid Concepts, and we're making hydrographics great again. We'll see you guys next time.